This is Engage New York, Module 3, Lesson 6. Read the objective out loud while I read it. I can subtract fractions from numbers between 1 and 2. So that means on a number line, here is 0, here is 1, here is 2. So between 1 and 2, that means like 1.5, 1 3/4, 1 1/4. So it's greater than 1. What we have been working on are fractions between 0 and 1. So now we're taking on fractions between 1 and 2. So they are getting greater. So that's our goal for today. We are going to subtract. So now we are going to start with our fluency practice. We're going to start with name that fraction to complete the whole. So 1/2, what other fraction do you need to add in order to make one whole? So you're going to complete this and write down what is your strategy? What did you do? And you need to actually write it out. I did this. Then taking from the whole, I'll say a subtraction equation. You say the answer. So here is me saying it, 1 minus 1/2. And you're going to actually write it in words, 1/2. Okay, so you're going to write like that to answer those. Then fraction units to ones and fractions. I'll say a fraction, you say it as ones and fraction units. So 3/2 would be 3/2. You say it as ones and fractions. So 3/2 is 3/2. 5/2. So you're going to write that out. And then we have our application problem. The Napoli family combined 2 bags of dry cat food in a plastic container. One bag had 5/6 kilogram. Another bag had 3/4 of a kilogram. What was the total weight of the container after the bags were combined? So this is 5/6. This is always almost one whole, right? And this is almost one whole. So you're going to end up with something greater than one whole. What are you going to do with your improper fraction? Are you going to leave it or are you going to turn it into a mixed number? You're right. You're going to turn it into a mixed number. So I'm going to turn you loose to work on this fluency practice. I'm going to give you about 5 minutes to work on this, and then come on back when you have completed this and check for your debrief. All right. So come on back. Let's go over and see how you did. So name the fraction to complete the whole. So 1/2 is 1/2. 4/5, 1/5. 1/7, 6/7. 4/9, 5/9. 18/20, 2/20. 147 1/50 is 3 1/50. So my strategy is I added, what can I add to 4 to make 9? Because remember, it'd be one whole would have to be 9/9 or 20/20 or 150/150. So I added to find the number to equal the denominator. So 1 and plus 1 would be 2. It would be 2/2. All right, now moving on. One whole minus 1/2 is 1/2. 1 whole minus 1/3 is 2/3. 1 whole minus 2/3 is 1/3. 1 whole minus 2/5 is 3/5. 1 whole minus 4/5 is 1/5. 1 whole minus 1/3 is 2/3. 1 whole minus 3/4 is 1/4. 1 whole minus 3/7 is 4/7. 1 whole minus 5/9 is 4/9. 1 whole minus 5/10 is 5/10. Now, this over here down at the bottom, I got a little swirly. It got a little bunched up there. So I'll say the fraction and you say it as ones and fraction units. So 3/2 is 3/2, 3/2. 5/2 is 5/2. 7/2 is 7/2. 11/2 is 11/2. 4/3 is 4/3. 5/3 is 5/3 or 5/3. 10/3 is 10/3, 10/3. 22/3, 22/3. 5 fourths, 5 over 4. 7 fourths, 7 over 4. 11 fourths, 11 over 4. 39 fourths is 39 over 4. All right. Next is our application problem. The Napoli family combined 2 bags of dry cat food in a plastic container. One bag had 5.6 kilograms. One bag had 3/4 of a kilogram. What was the total weight of the container after the bags were combined? So we have 5, 6, and 3/4. So I started off by scoreboarding to find my common denominator. I used my fractional units, my rectangular fraction model to represent my 5, 6. And then I showed the equivalent fraction of multiplying by 2 and getting 10/12. Then I have started with 3/4 and multiplied it by 3 to show that the fraction is actually the same. I just made more pieces. So 9/12. So when I found my common denominator, I know that 6 times 2 is 12, and I know that 4 times 3 is 12. So 5 times 2 and 6 times 2 and 3 times 3 and 4 times 3 is 10/12 plus 9/12 is 19/12. So are you going to leave it like that? No, you're going to turn it to a mixed number. So hiding inside of 19/12 is 12 over 12. So 12 over 12 is equal to 1 whole. So 12 plus 7 is 19, right? So I pull out the whole and then I see what's left. So 1 and 7/12. So remember, 12/12 is 1 whole. So remember, if you have all of these little 12s, all these 1/12s, they equal 12 over 12. Well, you have 19 of them. So you had 12 and then you had 7 left over. So 1 and 7/12. All right, that'll do it for the fluency practice for today. Come on back for concept development, where we are going to be working with fractions between 1 and 2 and trying to figure out how to subtract those fractions correctly. All right, come on back.